Make it stop while you fake it. Flop like bacon socks and Haitian soccer players. I'm a Boston Bayer like the Bruins. Who cares? I got some trait layers. Say your nice prayers. I'm quite famous for shedding white tears. It's so serious. I'm delirious from fucking listening to this fucking album. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my God. Welcome to Make It Stop.
You gotta, if you want to be a true Eminem, you have to say that like 3 times faster and like way jerkier.
Yeah. You need to make
soccer players.
You need to make it sound like you're having absolutely no fun at all. You just want it to feel painful for everybody involved. You know? Yeah.
So, welcome to Make It Stop.
Welcome to Make It Stop.
Good times, bad music.
It's what we do.
Really bad music this week.
Some of the worst.
This was... this took the most tries for me to get through, which is impressive because we did Broken Side.
Yeah.
I actually listened to Broken Side all the way through.
Twice, if I recall.
I did, yeah, but I listened to it without taking breaks.
We were so young then.
I couldn't listen to this album with no breaks. We're getting ahead of ourselves, aren't we?
We are. We're here in studio with a very special guest, a friend. Your friend and mine. I don't know. We just met, actually. He's great, though. He's a local comedian. He's a music reviewer. He's actually got a lot. He's a prolific music reviewer on his website. He is also, quote, just a dude, according to him. His name's Tawanda Gona.
Hi, hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Yes, I am a local comedian. I write reviews, and I'm just, I don't know, just a dude, just another cis male with an opinion that no one needs to hear.
Well, that's what the show is all about.
Yep. Well, it's about us reviewing, the opinions mostly and the musical productions of mostly cis dudes, mostly cis white dudes that are just, well, I don't know. We had a gay white dude. We had
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, we had Eddie Murphy. We had a vaguely maybe ethnic teen mom. I think she's like
Armenian or something,
Armenian,
isn't she?
Yeah. But besides that, it's just been white men doing and saying things that they really fucking shouldn't be saying, and us talking about that inexplicably for close to 2 hours every episode, which I need to cut that shit out. I don't know, Stoppy.
When you get on a roll, what are you going to do?
Oh, God. More like when you get on a flap, because we make it stop, Bob. Hello, Bob.
So... We're doing Eminem-Revival this week,
Eminem's
newest album.
If you didn't get the hint.
One of the songs from this album made it onto the worst of 2016 list. But
it was
honestly,
the worst. It wasn't just made it on the worst of, and it was 2017, my
2017.
friend. Welcome.
Hey,
this show has
here.
aged us, but I don't know if it's aged us that much that we've skipped an entire year.
Sometimes it feels like a year.
Sure does.
It felt like it took a year to listen to this Eminem album.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I also couldn't make it through. I thought I was halfway through, and it turned out I had only listened to like 6 songs, and I was like, I gotta fucking turn this shit off.
6 songs should be halfway through. Like that's
yeah. And on this shit, it's like a third of the way through.
It's just evil.
Not even. It's not even a third of the way through.
Yeah. This is an hour and like 20-minute long album.
There are multiple 6-minute songs, and for what?
And for what? And I'm going to summarize it for you right now, my friends, my stoppies. It's bad. It's fucking awful. It's really, really bad music. It's really, really bad music from a person that, as an angsty suburban white teen who, I had some exposure to hip hop. I loved like TLC and Salt and Pepper and stuff like that, but like really didn't know what the fuck hip hop was for sure. And in fact, Eminem kind of represented this like punk thing that I was going through when I was like 12, 13 and, living in the suburbs and whining about my life. And he was a hero. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was like, I remember, I'm going to say this again later, but I remember he called himself like Cartman. He was like a rapping version of Cartman because it was him and South Park. And that was just like this. It was represented all the kids that just were like, oh, I'm not popular. I'm not on the football team.
Right.
I don't have the best sneakers. I'm just angry as shit at something and somebody. And he just was, it was angst. It was perfect in what it was. And it was just like anti-establishment. He would, he would diss other celebrities that weren't rappers, which is something that was so rare.
Yeah,
it's true. Well, he dissed all of he kind of dissed this corporate American music landscape, even though he was benefiting from it. But he was good enough to be able to be nuanced about that shit. You know,
he had interesting takes on stuff. Sometimes
he did.
He had some very problematic takes.
He had super problematic takes.
Everything he said was covered in being problematic. I remember this is when he's talking about him attacking groups and stuff. I remember he said this: "New kids on the block suck a lot
of dick, Chinese.
Boy girl groups make me sick, and I can't wait till I see y'all." And then you're like, "Oh wait, I can't say it.
I can't say it anymore.
I can't say that anymore."
Well, and it's really a bummer because I learned to rap actually by listening and studying Eminem lyrics and the rhyme schemes and the concept of internal rhyme, which he has now bastardized to just no end. It's so offensive to listen to on this album. But back in the day, I remember, everything's spinning, you're beginning to think women are swimming in pink linen again in the sink, then in a couple, and I would listen to that and be just like, this is fucking wild. And now I can't sing along to the old songs, and absolutely nobody's singing along to these new songs. I guarantee it. There's not a banger to be had anywhere to be found on these 19 tracks.
It's a weird, situation that Eminem finds himself in now, I think, in terms of what his career is. He had the whole angle of being edgy and offensive and anti-establishment, and he was Cartman or whatever. But that was all kind of its time. That was the vibe in 1998, 1999, 2000. That was the whole. That was what was popular because
Triumph,
on top of that,
Comic Dog,
Triumph the Insult Comic Dog, the Attitude Era in the WWF, Stone Cold Steve Austin and shit. That was the vibe.
Monster Energy drink had just debuted.
And I think it's safe to say that in the in the last 18 years we've moved on from that as a culture.
Well,
there's still, you can look back on it fondly. I mean, we haven't moved on completely, but we've grown up. That's not the vibe that is being put out generally. But Eminem continues to have all these young fans. He still sells records. He's still there's still people on YouTube videos arguing that he's the greatest of all time.
Oh yeah, and I think we touched on this guy. He said he was 1998. All right, you talk about the Attitude Era, you talk about South Park, talk about Eminem, Trump, Insult Dog. Basically, this is also the time before the internet was readily available.
Yeah.
Because back then,
I was still making camcorder VHS tapes.
Yes. You had to make tapes of shit because I
made tapes of myself rapping to Eminem songs to send into his fan club. Fucking send me the tapes back, Eminem. That's probably hilarious.
But also it was kind of you were basically stuck with whatever was on the radio, whatever was on TV. You couldn't if you didn't fit in, you were just an outsider. You were an outcast, period. You couldn't find your people. The internet now, whatever you're into, you could be hey, I like this thing, and somebody else is you know what? I like this thing too. I'm all the way in Georgia, and you're what? And somebody else is I like this thing too. I'm in Alaska, and you're just wow, you all like badminton or whatever. It's just some whatever random shit you like.
Naked badminton, actually.
Yeah, exactly. There's people. There's communities everywhere, and then basically if you were an outsider, Eminem was just hey, I'm here for you guys because fuck all this shit. Right?
Unless you were gay.
Well, even if you were, there were a lot of my queer friends and myself that were growing up were not analyzing this shit because he still was able to present this, I don't know, this don't give a fuckness, which is very attractive to you as a young teenager who might be marginalized.
And he's still doing that. He's still doing that all over this album. It's jarring, some of the rhymes I hear from him, and it's just kind of a.
It's just that he's because at the time he was when he first came out, he was just a fucked up, he was high on 3 different kind of drugs. He was that was what he was he was just fucked up.
But he was the fun drugs, and then he went into fucking pillhead territory, and that's when shit all started really going downhill.
And he was white trash.
And it
was great.
Which, as fellow white trash, I was I get it.
I remember he said, I'm tired of fucking the same blonde whore in this Ford Contour. And I was dang, it's just it made car sex sound so depressing. It's on his lunch break, oh, you want to have his life. He wasn't supposed to be shit. He was supposed to he was supposed to, I don't know, grow up, be a piece of shit, fucking get a neck tattoo right here, and then have like kids and live in some shitty like neighborhood.
Yeah.
And like then his house burns down, and then he's on the news later being like, I lost everything. It's like you're supposed to be that guy.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be like the guy you interview on the news when like his neighbor fucking shoots everybody. Like, oh, he was like he's supposed to be that guy. And then like now he's like this super famous, super influential.
Right.
Like,
which is why it doesn't work. Which is why this new era of Eminem doesn't work, because it's like back then he was rapping, because I mean I think we can all agree, right? Like Slim Shady LP, I mean no one really fucks with Infinite for good reason, which he references on this album, which is kind of funny. But you know, Slim Shady LP, that was a classic. Marshall Mathers LP was a classic. I think I probably liked Slim Shady LP better because it was a little weirder. And then Eminem Show was okay, and then after that I just haven't listened to anything that he's
I've listened to all of it, and it hasn't. I would say the Eminem Show was the last good Eminem album.
I liked what's the one that we got when he got sober? Had I'm Not Afraid on it.
Oh,
that was either Relapse or Recovery.
Recovery. I was kind of like, this is like Recovery was okay.
I was not.
But Relapse was awful.
Oh my god, Relapse. He was rapping with like a Triumph the Comic Insult Dog voice on like half the song.
Was that the one where he was like doing like? What was that?
That was one with Pop a Bottle, Let Your Body Wobble. Don't act like a sloppy model, you just hit the lotto.
Did he get nominated for a Grammy for that still?
Probably. I mean, the Grammys, you know.
Which shows how much times have changed, like, in terms of the rest of the world. Because I think this, going back to your point about, like, you know, back then it was because you just listened to what was on the radio. And this on the radio was absolutely the most groundbreaking shit on the radio. Yeah. And now it's just, like, so far from that. And people don't need to depend on that. That, like, we're still giving Grammys to this asshole thinking that this is what like good music is supposed to be now.
Well, he still sells a lot of records though. He's got a lot of young fans. He's headlining Boston Calling. Like,
oh my god,
what's that crowd gonna be?
Because he said it. I remember Eminem Show had the song "White America." Because I think with Eminem, it all started out like you mentioned Infinite, right? I remember Infinite came out. I didn't listen to it till like my friend gave me a copy of it when I was in like the 10th grade. All right, he gave me a copy of it. I listened to it, and it was like, you could see Eminem was rapping, and he was saying some cool shit, but he got criticized because he sounded like Master Ace. It was boring. And then I think as a result of that, as a result of all of his frustration, all right, because you watched 8 Mile or whatever.
Yeah.
You saw the shit that he went through. Infinite happened after all that shit. It's like now it's time for me to break out and be the star I know I am.
Well, he was beating all these people in battle raps and shit like that. That was his whole
thing. He's getting beat the fuck. And also he's just getting beat the fuck up, living this shitty life in fucking Detroit, Michigan. And then next thing you know, he drops Infinite. This is supposed to be like my crowning achievement.
Yeah.
And then everyone was just like, oh, it sounds derivative. And he's like, it sounds derivative? You mean to tell me I went through all that shit for you to say that? Well, I'm going to say the craziest shit I can.
Yeah, that's true.
But at the same time, you can say the craziest shit you can, but I want to be such a good rapper that
I'll get away with it.
I'll get away with it. Because, like, there were songs, I remember he said on Kill You, he was like, now he's raping his own mother. You look at Eminem lyrics on paper, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day, you'd be like, what the? You can't say any of this. But when Eminem said it, it was like an inside joke with everybody all of his fans, and they were like, yo, I'm saying crazy shit to prove a point that you will allow me to say crazy shit because I look mainstream. I'm this white dude with blonde hair and blue eyes, and I'm on the radio. Parents are just like, why did we buy this album? Like, you know exactly why you bought this album. You know why you bought this album. Now you gotta sit here and watch your fucking son and daughter say the craziest shit.
And like, I mean, okay, I don't mean to cut you off if you were going to like a big point, but I was the point you made about like trying to tell the difference, it being an inside joke and shit like that is where I do have questions, because I think that's what I used to tell myself, and then I hear this fucking unbelievably misogynistic, unbelievably homophobic shit, and like I'm like, was he really? Is that just the inside joke? Like, because it doesn't seem like that's really what it is.
Yeah, because he's still doing it on this album.
Yes,
like
and that
20
is true.
years after
and it is not cute.
And what?
It's not cute, and it's disturbing because it's like we've all moved on,
right?
But I think this is where the problem. This is where the problem really lies. It's that like Eminem, right? And a lot of people like this, Eminem, Adam Sandler, a lot of people who get super, super popular, even like Will Ferrell's or whatever, when they get super popular with they think, oh, it's just my talent, it's getting me over. When it's like, no, it's the fan base that you cultivate. Mm-hmm. They're the ones that make you all this money.
Right.
So he's in his mind, like, this is an inside joke. Then like, I think now he's like, all right, I want to talk about some real shit. And everyone was like, oh, Eminem, you gotta keep talking about that crazy shit.
I don't know though,
no, because
his fans did grow up. I grew up, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, and that's why. That's why like remember he had that Donald Trump freestyle, which was like mediocre. You know, like so he had the song. It was mediocre. It was trash. All right? I'm not gonna say it was trash, but then on that song, what did he say? He was just like, "Yo, if you are a Donald Trump supporter and you like my music, go fuck yourself."
Yeah,
all right?
You're not listening
because like, you're not understanding what I'm saying. But it's just like I read this article a while back about how they associated South Park with alt-right culture today, and how South Park sowed the seeds for the alt-right later. They didn't have the intentions. They didn't have the intentions to do that, but it's just like they made this belief of just like, oh, all the things we love, all the things people love are stupid. Being too liberal is fucking annoying. Like,
but also, like, it actually just was that, like, teenage edgelord mentality that is fucking so unedgy. You know what's really edgy is, like, actually wrestling with your privilege as a white person in a, traditionally, black and brown art form that you have profited off of and have, turned into this fucking empire. Like, what are you doing to give back besides just these, like, self-critiquing, like, self-absorbed, like, bullshit, like, one-liners every once in a while in a fucking song?
And I think, and it's great, sorry to cut you, but, like, I think about this shit. He tried to do that. Because what did Eminem do after he got famous? I think he got successful. He introduced D12. There were 6 rappers from Detroit, and one of them was named Muggs. Muggs dies, so Eminem is just like, well, fuck, I gotta fill that void. What else does Eminem do? Eminem does this. Eminem gives us 50 Cent.
Yes,
that was Eminem.
It's true.
Eminem gave us 50. All right,
50 came out on the 8 Mile soundtrack. Yes. It was Wanksta.
Wanksta,
which is a great song.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, Get Rich or Die Trying in general. Just an altogether classic album.
Yes, we can talk about it another time. And Eminem, because I got so many feelings about that. But Eminem also, and Eminem did so much for 50. That 50, who is the most disrespectful man in music. He's so disrespectful that like his son. I found this on, somebody said this on Twitter that like he has to show power, and on Power he kills his own son. And that's a message to his actual oldest son.
Oh my God.
Who he has beef with. All right? 50 is that vindictive. But you talk about Eminem, he's just like, he did everything for me. I will die for him. And 50 will say that himself. 50's like, yo, Eminem gave me everything I have. So it's like Eminem tried to give back.
Well, like Dr. Dre gave Eminem everything that he had too. So, that is the right thing to do. Thank you for 50 Cent, Eminem. Thank you for 8 Mile. Well, thank you for 8 Mile, Eminem.
Thank you for showing the world that, like, he was one of the first rappers to talk about anxiety and depression.
Yeah, and class consciousness in a real way, I would say. Like, I don't,
So we all love Eminem is what I'm hearing.
But it's just
But we still have to review this.
Thank you. I remember, we're at King of, like, this is the segue from this album. I remember King of the Hill, right? One of my favorite shows of all time. There's an episode where Arlen became a very slutty town, and they had the AVN Awards in Arlen. And Hank met a porn star. She said, "Oh, I'm getting my Lifetime Achievement Award for that." And he's like, "Oh, that's great." And she's like, "No, that means when you get that award, it means that your career is over. It's done. Now it's time for you to bow out." Eminem, you should have gotten your Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah. That's right. He should have bowed. And this is the real deal, because we were talking about a few weeks ago, we were reviewing the Simpsons album, which is like a whole nother can of worms.
No, I was
talking about the Simpsons.
Eminem is the Simpsons.
Yes, Eminem is the Simpsons. Eminem is the Simpsons. It was revolutionary. It was totally unlike anything that people had ever seen. It was a yellow guy yelling into the void.
Yeah.
And it was funny as fuck, and it had all this social commentary.
Yes.
It was very satirical. It was very tongue-in-cheek, and they made the first, third of their music was, their product was incredible.
And now, but it's like,
but then it's way more bad than good.
Yeah, exactly. And now it's like in 2018, The Simpsons is a TV show where an alcoholic dad chokes his son while his severely clinically depressed daughter plots on running away at 18. While his better than him wife has delusions that he'll ever change, but he won't change. He works for a nuclear power plant that's destroying the community. He goes to a grocery store that's run by a stereotype. You know? Mm-hmm. His neighbor, his pious Christian neighbor, is an asshole because he has 2 dead wives. It's all The Simpsons now. Yeah. The Simpsons now, you're just like, what the fuck? This is the worst.
This used to be funny. This used to be fun. This used to be a good time.
Yeah, but it's like, we
were having fun once.
We were having fun.
All right, we got to get into
All right, so we have to get into this. Yeah. Eminem is The Simpsons. We figured it out.
Yeah.
But I'm really sorry, Stoppies.
It's been bad for so long. Way longer than it was good.
Mm-hmm. And we're all just holding on to the nostalgic, the attachment that we had to it, because at a point in our lives, back then, Bart Simpson saying "Don't have a cow, man," and fucking Eminem saying "Still don't give a fuck" was the same rallying cry for an angsty young person.
Tie it all together.
Tie it all fucking together.
All right, but let's play the first song on this 19-track album.
So this is "Walk on Water" featuring Beyonce.
Ugh.
Me all this, still I feel no different regardless. Kids look to me as a god, this is retarded. If only they knew, it's a facade and it's exhaustive. And I try not to listen to nonsense, but if you bitches are trying to strip me of my confidence, mission accomplished. I'm not God sent, Nas, Rakim, Pac, Big, James, Todd Smith, and I'm not Prince.
I walk on water.
You're not Prince. That much we can agree on. Eminem. Not Prince.
Nope.
I don't know. Listening to that again, and him like saying that, it's kind of like he's very like. What made Eminem great back in the day was that he was so angry.
Mm-hmm. He has nothing to be angry about anymore.
He doesn't have anything to be angry about.
He's not hungry. He's not broke. He's not like struggling trying to like raise his daughter. His daughter's like in college.
Yeah, but he has nothing to be mad about.
Yeah.
But he has a lot to be sad about.
And
it's a very sad album, except like I don't empathize.
I don't
because he's
addressing his sadness on most of these songs.
No.
Though he's either like deflecting it to like, oh, I'm gonna rap about how I'm writing these raps, and it's this shit's exhaustive. First of all, incorrect use of that word. Exhausting, Eminem.
Exhausting.
I
mean, it's laborious,
and or he goes off onto and deflects into like, oh, I'm just gonna be edgy again and like say outrageous, offensive shit.
And then this is the like slow march church hymnal vibe that he kind of goes throughout the album, goes back to with like, the songs that you would hear in like a sad Catholic church featuring Skylar Grey. Like,
right. Actually, it makes me think about this. Did you guys watch Breaking Bad?
Yes.
Yeah. Remember in the last season, right, when it's all falling down and Hank just died? Spoiler alert if you haven't watched it yet, but come on now. It's been it's been like 8.
Spoiler alert, you just heard a spoiler.
Spoiler alert, Eminem's bad, Hank's dead.
But and then
so we're
fucking
up to speed.
Walt drives with the baby, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Walt Jr. calls the cops, snitch bitch. I hate him so much for snitching. Like, why you snitch on your pops like that? Why you snitch on your pops? He didn't do shit to you. Everything he did was for you. But anyway, he calls the cops, right? And then Walt calls back. Trying to be on his full Heisenberg, like ruthless, like Hank died because he got in the way. But in between everything he's saying, he's sitting there, he's crying, like he's crying in his hand, like because he knows that he has to maintain this image of being ruthless to make sure that if the cops who are listening in won't blame, what's his wife's name again?
Skylar. So Eminem is Walter White, is what you're saying?
Yeah, Eminem is Walter White trying to build up this album is basically that phone call. He's crying. He's like, I hate everything. But no, I'm cool. But I hate it's like, and because he was like trying to be ruthless, but he's so sad about where he is right now.
Yeah.
But
he rhymed, fucking Homeboy rhymes methadone and Dresden home on this fucking song.
The
like,
rhymes
if
really...
there is an emblematic line that indicates everything wrong with this album, it's that.
Yeah.
Like, it is.
There's so many bad slant rhymes and so many bad, like a flying trapeze, the sky's blackening.
What?
Yeah.
Does that fucking blackening? Oh, like khakis, ice cracking. It's like this hokey, honky,
there's a hard
loogie hawking flow. Like
that's a hard Vicodin to swallow. So I scrap these as pressure increases, like khakis. What?
What?
I'm
so angry.
All right, he's built.
I'm angry.
I'm angry because like it sucks because you said before Eminem. His rhyme schemes were revolutionary.
His rhyme schemes were white leaves and white leaves.
Like Stan. Stan is like one of the. I remember a rapper, Sheik Luch, said this. Like Stan is one of the greatest songs of all time because he changes his rhyme scheme every couple bars, but it sounds like a letter's being written.
But there's flow to it.
Exactly. And now it's just like
there's a general rhythm.
Yeah. And Eminem feels like, well, now it's like muscle memory.
I have to do 13 different rhyme schemes in one fucking song.
I have to do it.
Because that's what I'm expected to do.
But it doesn't work when you're sad.
And also when it just feels like work. It's not effortless, right? Yeah. Like there's nothing that's going to and nothing on this album you want to bump in the car. You know what I mean? On a sunny day with like the sunroof down. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like there's nothing good about or fun about it.
It's just like it doesn't sound natural, and I think what sucks for Eminem right now is like because when you're an artist, you're so in your own head about what you should be creating and stuff. You don't really listen to like what's out in the outside and what's going on. It's in hip hop now is just like you don't have to rhyme too well to get your point across. Like I remember,
in fact, it's like kind of the opposite.
Yeah, I remember Eminem, Gucci Mane, who's my favorite rapper, and people are gonna be like, Eminem fans always like, but still, they're always like, oh, you like Gucci Mane? How do you know anything about music? I'm like, well, because I have ears. But Gucci once said,
love Gucci Mane.
Hoes is looking at me. Give me their phone number. But I'm so damn conceited, I gave her the wrong number. And it's like, he rhymes.
It's like Cameron. Cameron does that all the time.
It's like you're around the same word with the same word. It's not a great rhyme scheme, but it's like, you're getting your point across. Like, you're talking like a person.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Eminem is like, he's rapping, he's saying all this crazy shit.
But saying nothing with it. It's like fitting in so many fucking syllables with nothing to fucking say.
Nothing to say.
And it's like, so when he says anything, instead of being like, that's a heavy line, you're like, all right, so what's he gonna rhyme with this? What's he gonna rhyme?
Right.
Yeah. What's the rhyme gonna be?
Exactly. You feel the work behind it. And that's what used to be dope about Eminem was it felt like it was kind of like effortless. Like he would just like spit this shit. And, obviously his freestyling roots were like being able to do that freestyle. Like you can't do this freestyle. This is so heavily plotted beforehand.
Yeah, exactly.
What's he gonna rhyme that with? He's gonna rhyme it with the sky's blackening.
It's like the Incredible Hulk. Instead of being like he's like the Incredible Hulk. He gets the madder he gets, the stronger he gets. But now he's trying to be. It's like if the Hulk was trying to motivate by sadness. Yeah. So it's like the sadder I get,
the sulk.
But it's like the sulk. The Incredible Sulk. But it's just like the sad into the sad. It's like, come on, Hulk. Yeah, I got the. You know what happens when I get sad? You don't want to see me when I'm sad. Now you see this giant Hulk just crying in the shower. It's like, dog, we didn't need this. We don't need you.
We don't need it.
It's like I can't because. You're not no one's unless you're like a Kid Cudi type. You're not motivated by sadness. Kid Cudi knows how to be sad because he won't say words. He'll just hum. Kanye made his best music when Kid Cudi was involved. And it's like 808s and Heartbreaks is the perfect sad album.
Yeah, that album has aged really well.
It has, but at the time.
But you know what album will not age well? This album.
We
are discussing that we are doing everything that we could do to not talk about it. No, I did it too. I led us down that path. So should we move on because already this album is exhausting and
it's exhaustive.
It's exhaustive. It's exhaustive. Khakis, blackening.
It's like it's manic depressive.
All right, so we're gonna go on to the next song. This one is called Believe. Bo Dallas.
I got some important news to report to anyone who thought I was done. Nah, bitch, not quite. Spotlights back on. Cop my fate. Where's yours? You still believe?
Stop it.
We're done. I don't need the rest of that. You really don't need the rest of that.
It's funny.
This is for your own good.
You said Bo Leave, like Bo Dallas.
Yeah.
I thought about wrestling. And thinking about wrestling, hearing Eminem rap like that. Remember the Undertaker's last match against Roman Reigns?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like first of all, it's like, all right, everyone hates you, Roman Reigns. We want the Undertaker to do something, but he's so goddamn like
old and decrepit.
Yeah. He's like, for the love of God, Just stop.
Somebody to put somebody out of their misery here.
And that's what I felt with Eminem. Like, I'm not done. And I'm like, dog, just be done.
Yes.
Just
Eminem
be done.
is the Undertaker. Eminem is the Undertaker.
Eminem is Undertaker.
Eminem is the Undertaker.
He's Undertaker. And it's just
my
like,
God,
just let it be
stop.
done. And let, like, the Roman Reigns, a.k.a. Malcolm Moore, just fucking spear you to death. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, Eminem. Yeah,
Eminem is
Take the spear,
Undertaker.
dog.
Is the Undertaker.
Undertaker, I'm sad to say,
Dr. Dre is Paul Bearer.
Going to wrestle again at WrestleMania this year.
Yeah, but that's a
He's
match.
going to wrestle Cena. It's going to be bad.
Yeah, just like fucking Eminem put out an album in 2017 that he didn't want to put out, we didn't want him to put out, and that it literally tarnishes even more of his fucking legacy.
His hubris put it out.
His
hubris.
yeah, well, that's what I wanted to
And
know.
he keeps
Who was
presenting
actually?
this as
Was it
something
his hubris, or was it fucking? Was it his managers? Like what? Like who wanted this to come out?
He wanted to come out because
you think so?
Because again, like before this album came out, there was this BET Cypher freestyle about Donald Trump. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, Eminem!" It's like, first of all, people said it better than him, and it's just like, It's just, I mean, I guess, but it's the guy of his magnitude, and I feel like his hubris was just like, you know what? I don't want to do this, but the industry needs me to do this. And
so many white liberals fucking fawned all over pretty hard to that shit.
So many white liberals fawn over Eminem because he says the shit he says the shit that they want to say, but he's safe. He's so safe because he's white. I don't know if
he's safe.
He is safe. He's safe because he's white. Like,
I think he says safe shit and is safe.
Yeah, safe
I don't
shit.
think he's saying shit that's the thing about Eminem. Again, like it's just he's not controversial anymore.
Yeah, it's like you go to an Eminem concert, you're not gonna get beat the fuck up. You're not gonna get shot.
Right, exactly.
It's gonna be pleasant.
Well, that was when I stopped. That's actually when I fell off of Eminem. When I stopped loving Eminem as much as I did was when 8 Mile came out, and my mom, he won that Grammy, and my mom was like, "Oh, I kind of like him," and I was like, "Well, that means it's over." Like, and that was over in 2003. So now we're just
he's
treading water.
He's the safe bet. That's because I remember when that freestyle came out. People were just like, "Thank you, Eminem, for proving that saving hip hop." And it's like, all right, first of all, Keith Olbermann, how much are you paying attention to? Because like a lot of rap, like, thank you hip hop for finally acknowledging Donald Trump. It's like, no, YG had a song called "Fuck Donald Trump."
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking Ty Dolla $ign had an album called Campaign, and the entire album was kind of like is basically about like this upcoming campaign and how Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton don't care about the community. But rappers were saying this shit, and Eminem says it, and everyone was like, "Oh, Eminem, fucking, he did it first," and it's like, no, he didn't. You guys just weren't paying attention. He's making music for the people that are wrong for this country.
Yeah, but this song, Believe. Like, I feel like he's just rapping about rapping again. Like, it's the same shit as the first song, where he's just like, I gotta believe in myself that I can write rhymes and, say things to people.
Yeah, and I think it sucks, like, when you're rapping about rapping, it's only good when it's just, like, you're happy rapping about rapping. Yeah. Like, I remember listening to the song Chief Rocka from way back in the day, right? And that whole song is just them being like, yo, I like to rap. I like to do it. It's like they're just doing all that, and it's just like, yeah, I can get by. This is like cool. Like, I'm good at rapping. And Eminem is just like, ugh, I'm so good at rapping that I have to just keep rapping. And look at
rapping, and then they think they happen,
and then they think I stop. And it's like, and it's like, yo, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna stop. And you're just like, are you doing this because you love it? Are you doing this because you want people to know that you're the, like, he has a hard time stepping out of the limelight and being the best. You know what I mean? Yeah. He doesn't want, like, he wants to always be considered one of the best rappers. He doesn't know how.
He needs to Barack Obama this shit and go on like a jet ski vacation and like get far away from shit. Be like, all right, I'm done. But it's too late. I mean, that's the problem with this and the other albums that he's put out since, I would say, the Eminem Show, is that it's already like the balance has been tipped in the direction of Eminem is whack.
Yeah, and this song also, like, I feel like he's trying to do like a Migos flow for part of it.
Yeah, that's what I wrote.
It's really bad. Like yeah. Also, what is it? What is I got some important news to report to mean? Like,
first the gall to drop multiple 6-minute songs. Like, have a 6-minute song. The only people that can have 6-minute songs The only person that comes to mind immediately is R. Kelly, and that's a whole other.
Ooh,
song.
That's.
But
Ooh.
I remember I heard the song. Bug. He's a monster, awful person. He peed on little girls. That's my key now.
Yeah.
And talk about R. Kelly.
Oh, he has sex slaves too.
Yeah,
it's a whole nother thing.
When the song "I Wish" came out, it was 5.5 minutes on the radio. I was 12 years old and crying, thinking about my mom dying. My mom is alive. She's virile. But I was like 12 years old, being like, "Oh my God, my mom could die." And it was that. But that song was so long. You listen to it all the way through because it's just like it has to be some deep shit. And Eminem is like just saying generic.
Eminem's saying he's there to lift you up when you're trying to fix a flat. That's one of the lines.
It's like, are you trying to make a song long enough that I can change a tire and then finish it? But like, no.
Jesus.
And it's just like so many recent Eminem songs, it just turns into like a violin dirge at the end. Like, why are so many songs got these like minor key violin? Let's
move on.
Yeah. It's going to continue to happen. There are definitely going to be songs that I would like to just say next to, so I'm just going to let you know now. This song has the best hook on the album, I would say. Definitely not courtesy of Eminem, but courtesy of Pressure.
Fresher. Phresher.
All right, so this one's called Chloroseptic.
To your larynx and neck is slit with these lyrics weapons expert with like hair extensions extra clips and you're scared to effing death of it. Bitch, you're staring at a legend that in a pair of Skechers sweatshirt rip in hoodie black should be strapped to a chair or stretcher electric. We're on every record, bitch. Fingers so high in the air I bet your senses flip like a barometric pressure switch. Caring less who I offend with this. I'm at your neck like pest dispense. Go ahead, spit your flow, bitch. I'm at your throat like Chloroseptic.
I'm sorry I couldn't give you more of that track with where it's actually good, but I don't want to get sued. That's a terrible fucking song.
That's an awful song.
That's a terrible flow.
It's just like it's like a half like the only way I can accept it as if he's like experimenting to drop like the greatest this album, unless he's trying to drop the greatest song he's ever written.
He's not.
He's trying to like Dewey Cox the shit where he's like, he's gonna do the greatest song after this album, and he's gonna die because he's like experimenting with flows that just don't fucking work.
Yeah, I think he's trying to do a little Run the Jewels on this song. I think like the beat is very like very Run the Jewels-y.
Okay, let's listen to let's read some of these lyrics.
Oh my God.
All right, this one is, and what? In a built-in toilet? Yeah, bitch, I told you I'm a dog. Woof. I wouldn't heal with ointment. Way, I'm kicking these fairies' tales. Should write a children's storybook. Yeah. Million voices in my head, but still get a little bit of thrill and some real enjoyment. Off what? Off the feel of going in, like your bitch when she gives me brain, like she thinks I'm dumb, grabs the crown of my dick and blows me to kingdom come till I feel anointed. She makes iller noises when she's with me, must be from the Windy City. And then I just interrupted with, I hate this trash. Oh my God. And then it follows with, now watch me set it like correct time. All you get is sloppy seconds like a Timex. Clock rejects into the next life.
And he says like a bitch when she gives me brain or something like that. He really like enunciates it.
It's also like dog. I'm come to this point where it's just like some people say they just talk ignorant. All right, they say words you're not supposed to say. They say problematic words. But that's because like they don't know better. You know what I mean? That's why when I hear some rappers say bitch or whatever, I'm like, yeah, they really don't know a better word. But Eminem, you rhyme everything with everything. You don't gotta say bitch that much.
And you say so many words without saying a fucking thing. Like the one thing you used to be able to say about Eminem was that he had a fucking impeccable flow. Yeah. You could at least say, you know what, he was homophobic, he was misogynist, he was ignorant as fuck, he was a piece of shit, he was a bad father, he, whatever. Bad husband. I know, we'll get into that fucking butt rock anthem later, but at least he had an impeccable flow, and I just don't know where that went. It's so far away, but this shit is just such try-hard, miserable garbage.
It's trying so hard to be relevant too, because like even
there's no flow.
In addition to the like, he's trying to do like Run the Jewels flows, and then at the end he does this like Future thing where he's going, I take 100 of you, 100 of you.
Yeah,
and it's like he's doing Future suddenly, like he's
It's more
really
like
transparent. It's really transparent.
He tried way too hard to sound like himself.
Yeah, like try to sound like himself 15 years ago. Like that's the part of it that's so sad. And I don't think he was getting the true sadness of this. I feel like we are absorbing the true sadness of this, which it's just is such a fucking bummer. You don't want a hip hop album to just feel like a goddamn bummer the entire time unless it's like Kid Cudi and it's like part of the aesthetic.
Bring back Undertaker. He beat Brock Lesnar with an MMA move, all right?
Yeah, the triangle choke.
Choke. Which was fantastic, but it's like
those were good matches.
Yeah, it was good matches, but still.
But there was the one where it was like watching your dad get beat up.
Yeah, but Eminem.
That's album.
Eminem, right?
Is your dad getting beat up?
Yeah, Eminem's your dad getting beat up, and then but it's also your dad.
Your deadbeat dad getting beat up, so you kind of enjoy it.
But you're not. But he's not learning from the ass kickings.
No.
He's thinking I can do the same shit I did 15 years ago, where it's like, look, I'm gonna take somebody else's flow, but it's like, no, you can create some new shit and figure out what's actually like. It's like he ignored what was relevant to the times.
Yeah,
he's not paying attention to the.
He's your dad getting beat up.
He's like, oh, I could, Future has this flow. You can get Future on the album. Nah, I'll just do his flow. Oh, the Migos got this flow. You can have Quavo. Nah, I'm just gonna do this. Or what are the kids like? The Snapchat? Like it's like you could hear them being like, check my Facebook page. Like, yo, shut the fuck up and like go actually research. Because right now, if you went to a high school, they'd be like, who the fuck is this sad old man with tattoos?
Yelling at fucking birds on the sidewalk.
Yelling at birds on the sidewalk. Probably dating a junior. Like, I don't care.
Oh, God. You know he is.
Yeah, like, it's just...
All right, this is fucking bad. I gotta go pee, so I'm gonna take a little time out real quick. We're gonna come back and fucking listen to Untouchable, our worst song of 2017.
It makes me goddamn sick. Put on, like, stop wearing t-shirts and jeans and sneakers. Go get a good fucking button-up shirt from Bonobos, like a fucking adult. All right,
Bonobos, sponsor us.
Yeah,
Bonobos, sponsor.
They should know. Real talk. If there was a queer eye for the straight guy about Eminem, I guarantee it'd be the best thing that ever happened.
And with that, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back. All right, guys. We should probably get into the next song. There are 15 more songs on this album. I just want to make sure that we're all on the same
let's start knocking them
level.
Out.
We're going to start knocking them the fuck out.
I'm going to start just making noises.
Although this next song, there's a lot to unpack. And it was our worst song of 2017. Untouchable by Eminem.
So it's black ops. I wonder if we hire more black cops. The crap stops. The block is our backyards. Officers, not the crack spot. Call the attack dogs off of us, man. You always act all pissed off. But instead of traffic stop. And bad cops fuck it up for the good cops. And man,
the good
stop
cops.
sending white cops in the black neighborhoods who ain't acclimated to them. Like that's the way to do it. Who seen some fucking videos?
Only good cop is a dead cop on Make It Stop. Just gonna let you know now.
ACAB.
God.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, so he raps the first half of the song as from the perspective of a white cop, and the second half of the song from the perspective of a generic black person.
Yes,
and
a black boy. Black boy,
says
black
a lot of
boy.
Stuff about us. What they do to us, and how the good cops fuck it up or the bad cops fuck it up for the good cops.
Well,
I'll just say he didn't need to do this. I don't think any black person was like, yo, I wish Eminem would make a song made by 10 different niggas before him and do it again. Because we need this. And I can't think of any cops being like, well, thank you, Eminem. I appreciate that you took the time out to talk about our perspective. Also, just quick question.
A few bad apples.
Those rapes you were talking about in your other songs, those weren't real, were they? Because if they were real, I think we have to talk about that. Like, no cop is sitting there thinking like that. Come on, now. Like,
oh no, I mean they would only just talk to him. He is a white, famous rich man. So
yeah, and it's like you're not gonna be like, hey, talk to some black kid, like, hey, I listened to the Eminem song and just respect, and they just like hug.
I'm with you. Let's talk it out.
It's like listen to Eminem. It's like, oh shit. trash. Next song. I don't want to talk about it anymore. We have shit to talk about.
All right, yeah, let's go to the next song.
Honestly, I'll take your lead, Tawanda, because that is the worst
That
shit.
song is 6 minutes long, though, by the way. That's another
6 minutes of shit. What the? See, I'm telling you. It's the only like, you know how bad 6 minute songs are? 6 minute rap songs are? 6 minute rap songs are so bad that the only person who made a good one peed on a little girl. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's that. You don't make 6 minute songs. Don't.
And definitely don't make this.
Don't pee on a little girl.
What about 300 bars and running?
That game, that shit disappointed the fuck out of me. And I was like, word, fuck 50, all that shit. Then game was just like, I'm going to go on over all these songs. I'm going to go, just shoot them. You both the gangsters. Like,
I will say, speaking of gangsters, I do believe that Eminem rhymes the word balderdash with something in this fucking song.
Oh my god.
Balderdash.
That's what we needed. I mean, that's what Black America was aching for this whole time, right?
Balderdash.
It's just, yeah,
my comment, honestly, it's all just quoting the lyrics, and then at the end it just goes, like, what?
Yo,
yeah, I think I wrote, I guess he means well, but the execution is, woof.
So if you were going to compare this to Eddie Murphy's My God is Colorblind, or Motley Crue, which is the worst out of all of these? Motley Crue, what was the fucking one?
Motley Crue, Fight for Your Rights.
Fight for Your Rights. Okay, so these are songs that we've reviewed on this podcast before.
A lot. This one is 6 minutes long, and it has a lot more lyrics, and they're all bad.
It's true.
I think it's crazy, but it's worse
My God
than
is
the Motley...
Colorblind is really bad.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy has a song.
Oh yeah, I know. I listened to Eddie Murphy's album.
Oh, you did?
I listened to Eddie Murphy's album way back when, and I have to say that, like, I had part of me, like, I listened to it and I was like, this is what the devil sounds like. Like, no, it's just weird. Like, it's like I love Eddie Murphy. All right, I love Eddie Murphy. I have a tattoo of Eddie Murphy's Prince Akeem on my bicep.
No, you
I
don't.
swear to God.
Stop it. He's stripping. He's stripping at Stoppies. I just want you to know. Holy shit. He has an Eddie Murphy tattoo. I'm so glad we took this tangent. Oh my God.
Is that the Coming to America?
Yes, Prince Akeem is coming to America.
My
Side note, that's every African's like favorite movie. I promise you that. But anyway, Eddie Murphy. His name. This is where I give Eddie Murphy some credence. That song came out in 1985.
Yes.
Right? Eddie Murphy was how old in 1985?
He was like 24.
24.
He was made entirely of cocaine at that point. Like,
yes.
Also, like his body mass was mostly cocaine.
Well, yeah,
everyone's was.
Yeah, it was the 80s. Everyone had a little bit. Even if you didn't do coke, you still smelled like coke. But like Eminem, all right. Eminem dropped this song at the age of 45.
Oh my, he's 40.
He's 45 years
45
old.
years old.
How old am I? What is going on?
I'm 29 years old.
All right.
Eddie Murphy was 24, being like, hey, I'm a rich young black man. I could talk about being colorblind because, you know, the world's been... He's 24. He's dumb. Fucking Eminem.
Okay,
45.
I will say
the Eminem song is definitely the worst of the three. There's no doubt about it.
Eminem takes the cake for that's just ass.
Should we play the next song?
Yes.
Yeah, I think
there's gonna be some songs where I'm gonna promise you. Like,
right.
I'm just gonna make a noise.
That's fine. We're good. We're at that point in the album. We were at that point of the album as soon as we fucking pressed play on this album. All right, the next song. This is called River Run. It is featuring Ed Sheeran because that's what this fucking flaccid ass album needed.
Ed Sheeran's probably a nice guy, but
we'll let the river run. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Hey, what can I say? If life was a highway, the seat was an enclave, I'd be swerving in 5 lanes, speeds at a high rate, like I'm sliding on ice. Maybe that's why I made it came at you sideways. I can't keep my lies straight. What I made you terminate my baby. This love triangle left us in a rectangle.
It ends with rectangle, guys. I'm sorry.
Triangle left us in a rectangle.
So my husband was listening to me listen to this, and he said, "Is this a Christian album?" And like that, I feel like that is like maybe the harshest critique of this album so far. Is that this does sound indistinguishable from some like Christian rock rap.
Like, I mean. It says a lot when, like, first of all, I just want to say, like, I like Ed Sheeran, but I hate his stupid, like, Starbucks barista. I got a bunch of tattoos to be edgy to women energy. Fuck him, but he's the best part of that song.
Ed Sheeran?
Ed Sheeran?
He's the best part.
The people doing the hooks are usually the best part.
Yeah, Ed Sheeran, I'm like, all right, like, he did his thing, but it's just like, he's
always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Hey.
Just like, yo.
Hey?
It's like, Eminem, if you're doing a song and everyone likes the fucking shitty hipster Ron Weasley styles of Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, this whiny British Muppet singing about rivers running, and that's the best part of this fucking song.
That's the best part. Like,
that's the best song.
No,
part of the song.
Sucks.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Hey is like Northern State level.
Yeah,
shit.
That is exactly Northern State level.
Big old boy, the bong out of control.
Oh no! He said it, not me. Sorry, Alex Dunn. It's as if Eminem decided to systemically eliminate anything endearing about him.
Can I just some of these rhymes
amplify the fact that like the worst parts about it? Like I'm gonna have no charisma and no flow, but I can definitely still use the R word.
I'm just gonna read some lyrics here.
Go ahead.
Actually,
and then let's move on.
Just shit on my last chick, and she has what my ex lacks.
Oh, ex. Yep. Get it?
Poop, go to next. Go to next song.
Yeah, we're done.
Go to next song.
All right, we're done.
I got one more. I got one more.
Ex lacks. Shit, I shot on my ex girls. Like what the?
Yeah, I agree. I
got one more.
Okay.
She's been on the web lately. Says maybe she'll be my Gwen Stacy to spite her man.
Next song.
All right, we're done. This song is called Remind Me. It probably features someone dumb. I don't know. I don't fucking care.
It doesn't.
Oh.
It features It's All Eminem.
Well, and Joan Jett. That's right. This is a horrible bastardization of a Joan Jett song. Here you go.
I'm wearing a new shirt tonight, too. With me on it. I'm looking at your tight rear like a sightseer. Your booty is heavy duty. Like diarrhea, the plans to bring it to my house. You're drinking Jack and Beam. I'm thinking soon as trampoline, so we should bounce. But you're out of your tube top. If you're thinking that me casa is su casa, yeah, you're a cute fox. Perfect tin, so back that up like a moonwalk. Girl, you're smoking like Snoop Dogg, but you must be token. If you think you're taking
I'm just watching Tawanda. I'm watching your eyes like lose like luster, like you're just staring off into the distance. Like
at first, for like a second, I thought I liked the song. Then I realized I like the sample, and I was like,
yeah, you like Joan Jett.
I didn't know because I think I didn't know I didn't know who Joan Jett was. And I was like, oh, that song, I love that. That song is amazing.
Yeah.
That song is the shit. Then I was like,
it's a heinous misappropriation of that song.
This is when I realized that Eminem is Kid Rock.
Don't ever say that.
I said it. Tell me I'm wrong with this fucking song because it's totally Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. This is exactly the same fucking song.
They were buddies, right?
They were both from Detroit.
They're very similar.
They're both white dudes that like have aped other people's culture for profit.
Did Eminem ever have a high top fade?
No. He might have. Kid Rock.
He had a mullet.
Kid Rock's first album was good, but anyway, it was.
All right, just like Eminem's first album.
But like, Kid Rock,
the grits. What's it called?
Ugh.
Something.
We're done.
Something
Kid
about
Rock's grits. Just shitty. I don't care. I don't even care. But Kid Rock.
I like Devil Without a Cause a little bit. I like Ball with the Bada Bang.
All right, enough.
But Kid Rock just like because I say why I'm wrong because like Kid Rock blatantly like he aped this entire culture because he was like, first culture he aped was I'm hardcore, I'm a rapper from Detroit, you're from the suburbs, you're doing well. Then it became I'm this southern dirtbag. He became a southern dirtbag redneck.
Yeah, you're from Detroit.
You're from Detroit.
It's been established.
And you were already a millionaire when you established this shit. So it's like just stop it.
So how is this different from Eminem?
Because Eminem rap saved Eminem's life. All right.
Okay, and Kid Rock was always just fucking like putting it on like a costume. Okay, I'll give you that, but also this song is a fucking Kid Rock song. Just saying.
He'd probably be a better Kid Rock song, actually.
Yeah, this is like a county fair DJ, like mashing up tunes like behind the Matterhorn. You know, that fucking ride that you run around and spin in circles and like. Yeah. This is just such. Oof.
And he's doing like all the like edgy lyrics on this shit, and it's just very tired. You know, and I think there's one line I think that really sums up more than any other on the album, like how stuck in 1998 he really is.
Yep. Oh, I know which one it is.
He says,
should we say it at the same time?
Everybody knows that fake tits are better than real ones.
Yep, are really better than real ones. Yep.
Like, yo, that is the most 1998 opinion that you could possibly have.
Right. Not even Pamela Anderson believed that.
Shout out to Pamela Anderson.
God bless her.
She's been through too much.
I know.
But I'll say Eminem and Kid Rock are similar again in the sense that they both look like carnies.
Yeah, exactly. Again, the county fair vibe. The county fair fucking vibe to all this shit. And, yo...
This is, like, I know it's a bad song when it makes you want to listen to the sample more than the actual
absolutely.
Song.
1000%.
Like, I don't know, that just depressed me. I can't even be angry. It's just like, how do you make music like this? Nigga, this is going to be good. I got fat, like, what do you say? Happy booty, like diarrhea? I'm like...
Diarrhea! You got your diarrhea like a diarrhea and a min-rhea.
Sounds like fucking if Billy Madison got held back. And it's like, it's like when Billy Madison...
Wait, remember, is Eminem Adam Sandler?
No, he's close. He's like,
Eminem. Can we... What's the tally at?
Right, where we at?
Sandler. He's the Simpsons.
He's the
Undertaker.
He's the Undertaker.
And Kid Rock.
He's Kid Rock and...
Adam Sandler.
And he's...
He's Adam Sandler in Billy Madison.
In The Magnificent...
When he's just like, oh, high school, I could do that easy. And he just shows up with a Trans Am, and they're all just looking at him laughing like, what are you doing? Like, this isn't cool anymore. That's Eminem.
All right, this is Like Home featuring some changeable pop star.
This type of pickle that we're in's hard to deal, but there's always tomorrow still. If we start from scratch, scared get the scars to heal and band together for Charlottesville and for Heather. Fallen heroes, fill his wall with murals. Enough pad to get up.
Turn it off the shit.
I can't. There's 7 songs left.
No.
If you didn't know, that's Alicia Keys. I guess that's how she sounds when she's singing for a check, because she doesn't sound like anything I've ever heard.
That's Carmen Carrera as Alicia Keys.
Alicia Keys is so stubborn. Like, they're like, Alicia, you can't hit these notes. Stop. And she's like, I'm rich enough. I can do whatever the fuck I want. And Eminem is just like,
I pay people to hit those notes for me. Charlottesville. Oh, I'm in a pickle, like trying to dill. Yeah. Trying to dill. Did you get that? Can we play that again?
This pickle that we're in is hard to dill.
It's hard to... Hold on. We're going to listen to that one more time, just so I want it to, like, really impress upon you guys.
That's the first
This type of pickle that we're in's hard to deal.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Yo, and also this song is like him taking shots at Trump. Again. That's,
This makes me sick.
Can we move on? Let's move on.
Yeah, we're
done.
This album, this pickle that we're in is hard to dill, you guys.
Again, like, Eminem's like, he's somehow gotten too good at rapping that he's bad again. Because it's like he's trying to say so much shit, and like you're like reaching to say bullshit instead of just saying significant. Like, he's making it so complicated. He's trying to say complicated things in the most complicated way.
Yes.
So like, he cares, but it's just like, no, rap doesn't have to be complicated to be good.
Right.
Like, look, I pulled up Gucci Mane lyrics. All right, I'm gonna say one bar, and it's my shit.
And it's better than this whole album.
I'm starting off my day with a blunt of perk, no pancakes, just a cup of syrup.
There you go.
All it is, you already know. You know what he's doing.
You know what he's doing.
You painted the picture. You show don't tell, man.
Yeah, this
is the definition of just overemphasis. Like, this is how I used to write essays when I was in 11th grade.
This is mansplaining.
Yeah.
Like, you're saying shit that I already know in a dumbass way.
Yes.
But instead of letting me say
Eminem-splaining.
Yeah, Eminem-splaining. It's just keep going, because I have a lot of thoughts, and I want to if I can save them for the end, it's gonna fucking just. It's gonna destroy.
All right. We're gonna hold off, because this is
a husband.
Yeah, let's listen to. All right, we're gonna keep fucking chugging along here, and here we are. This is track whatever, Bad Husband.
But if there's one fraction of truth, if it could be spun back, I would do so many things different. Cause it was such a dumbass excuse. You hit me once, and that I would use to continue the pattern of abuse. Why did I punch back? Girls, your dad is a scumbag. I'm confused because how come you can be a loyal loser?
How come I sound like a bad Bon Iver?
Yeah, it's like Southern Bon Iver.
This could have been good.
Country Bon Iver.
This song could have been good. I'm disappointed because it's like I understand the intent.
Yeah.
And he's trying to be like, look, your dad's a piece of shit. But it's just like...
Which we can agree. At least we can agree on that.
But it's like... It's overproduced and over.
Right.
It's like
and the execution's fucking awkward with him trying to address being a bad dad shit.
Yeah, using this aggressive staccato, and it does not sound like it's authentic in any fucking way. It's just forced.
And it's actually like fucked up subject matter because it's kind of him talking about he talks about like how he like beat Kim and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's trying to like it's just him justifying his abuse and shit.
Yeah. Well, she hit me first.
Poor Kim, honestly. You know, like. America's got to apologize to Tanya Harding, and America's got to apologize to Kim Mathers. Probably
yes,
too.
They do.
You know, she got shit on for our entertainment, like for so long. Like we don't know anything about her, really. You know.
Yeah, and also it's
not through his lens.
I feels like he's using these blows and rapping real fast to talk about his crimes. So by the time we figure out what he's saying, the statute of limitations runs out. It's like you can go to jail for this shit. Like I beat my wife, and it's like, well. You can send. That's like you're not supposed to do that. Like if you're gonna say if I feels like he wants to talk about these awful demons he has, but he doesn't. He doesn't
want to actually take responsibility for it. He's not trying to be real accountable to any of it. He's just still trying to make this profitable to fucking talk about the same fucking tropes.
The same shit
that he's been talking about. Like that was my first note. Was we still talking about this, huh? Like I just can't believe that this is still in. You know, when I started listening to this 20 fucking years ago.
You know what? Hey, I will say kudos to him. He didn't mention his fucking mom once on this album.
Oh no, he does.
Oh, he does. Oh, god damn it.
Of course he does.
But it's just like.
In the last one of the last songs,
it just bothers. I don't know. Like this song's making me think about Eminem more. It just really bothers me in the sense of like we allowed him to do awful things. Like listen to his old music. It's like it's blatantly clear. Yes, he was abusing his wife.
Yeah,
he had a song where he killed
Bonnie and Clyde.
He had 2 songs where he
multiple.
Killed her.
Kim had her like
killed her.
Yep.
And it's just
like
97
Bonnie and Clyde.
And it's just like but he's revolutionary. And it's just like now he's like I was hitting her the entire time. And it's just like I don't know. Like I look at him, and then you're just like, you can't tell me right now that you enjoy this album and say that you hate Chris Brown in the same breath, because it's just like, it's like Eminem's doing. It's like he made his career off of being abusive.
Yeah,
and I know. It's like I know. And like we talk about it being an inside joke.
Yeah, it's not even as bad as Chris Brown, because Chris Brown didn't start out with that being his fucking identity. He was an abuser. He got called out for it, but
he got called out for it. He got caught. He
was like a Disney pop rapper at the beginning and shit. Like, and Eminem started out right out the gate. I'm murdering my fucking baby's mother.
And it's like I'm not saying that anybody needs to forgive Chris Brown for anything, because it's like if you
I don't.
You don't have to. But it's just like Eminem deserves the same. Like, yo, we let you talk about, like, we have to look, like, I feel like the problem with this album too is like we're older listening to this, and now it's like there's a lot of guilt.
And he is apparently 45.
He's 45. But he's still rapping to.
He's still doing.
He's either rapping to the edgy 13-year-olds, or
that's what it is.
Which we're about to get into.
New generation of edgy 13-year-olds, or he's just like. Spinning the wheels. No, there's like the same old shit.
Yeah, there's 3 tropes on like the entire, fucking album. It's like hollow corporate pop rap anthem, misogynistic rape fantasy, or like pseudo political look at me, I'm woke battering ram verse assault. Like that's all we have on this fucking.
And also the songs where he just raps about rapping and striving and struggling.
He's Matthew McConaughey.
Macklemore.
He's Matthew McConaughey in Dazed and Confused. Like he's like, you know what I love about my fans? I get older, and they stay the same age. That's exactly how he feels. Like he's rapping to them because we're talking about this shit, and we're just like, dog, you've been talking about this for 20 years, and it's just like.
I guess he's still selling records, but like I don't think he's happy about it.
And then it's like
I don't think he's even enjoying it.
He doesn't enjoy it, and then it's like the song sucks. And you're like, no. You gotta listen to old Eminem. You put on old Eminem, and you're just like, wait.
This also sucks in a different way, and it's complicated.
But it's like well executed.
And I feel guilty.
It sucks in completely different ways.
Yeah, I feel guilty liking this. Like,
I don't need woke Hamilton Eminem.
Oh my god, I was gonna say he sounds like he's doing Hamilton in this song.
Yeah,
there's a few songs where it's like, I don't know. Like I'm hearing Future on that one song. I'm hearing Run the Jewels, Migos flow, and now he's doing Hamilton.
Yeah,
He's doing Hamilton.
And it's also like, yo, fuck Hamilton, dog. I'm tired of this shit. fucking Alexander Hamilton. You wasn't no gangster. You got shot in a gunfight. Your son got shot in a gunfight. You niggas suck. That's not when I was in the rap.
That's a perfect segue.
Shooter,
I feel like
not the one who gets shot. Fuck you.
Listen,
you got shot by Aaron Burr.
But the one in front of the gun lives forever.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Where's Aaron Burr's musical?
Yo, Burr's got some songs. Burr's got some of the best songs in Hamilton. I don't know.
All right.
I shot the shit out of them motherfuckers.
Again, we're just trying to do anything but discuss the album at hand. So let's move on to the next fucking song. Appropriately titled Tragic Endings, except it's not appropriate enough because I wish this was the end of the song, and yet we still have fucking 8 more songs. So let's fucking just, God, I know. Damn. It's like time is moving backwards. We have to just...
I'm running to it. What the fuck should I knew it? Who would think she'd actually had a ball to do it? As soon as I hopped in it, she cast the car with lighter fluid. She's standing there with a rag, about to put the lighter to it. Lit the fucking thing on fire, then she do it.
It's like I'm drowning at sea, hoping that you reach for me. I know you're there, but I can't see, 'cause I'm so drunk off drugs.
Alright, that's weird. That song's weird because it's like, he kind of raps in the way that I like. That's like, I like when Eminem raps like that, where he's like half like screaming, but he's like, you know, flowing. Yeah, like he just wasn't saying shit.
No, he's never saying shit. It's another boring pop hook. Like, this is the part where I stopped listening the first time through on the album, and I had to take like a 2-day break. This album is exhaustive.
Yeah, this song
is exhaustive.
This is less angry, and I'm more just disappointed in this one.
Yeah.
There's really nothing interesting to say. I mean, I don't even remember which one this features. Is this
Skylar Grey?
Skylar Grey.
It's just one. It's super, super carbon copy.
She did that one about that house burning with him, right? Or no, was that
that's
Rihanna?
fucking Rihanna.
That song is incredible.
No, it's not. Stop it. All right, now we need to have a conversation because I feel like Tawanda, we have been getting along really well, and now I got to say that I think I blame "Love the Way You Lie" for like at least half of this album that we're listening to right now.
I think that, like, Love the Way You Lie, I like it in the sense of just like, all right, it's
look me in the eye when you say that.
I like it in the sense of like, it's him like he's trying to rationalize being a bad person, but he's a very bad person. And maybe maybe I'm just
I guess that's why they call it window pane.
Shut the fuck up, everybody. No, I forgot. That is terrible. I cannot talk about this fucking song.
I forgot about the window pane part, but it's just like,
I guess that's why they call it window pane. I mean, Rihanna is a fucking perfect goddess, and anything that she's in is automatic.
I think that's what it was.
That's reality.
That's what it was. Rihanna, because as you were talking about it, I was thinking about Rihanna just singing the hook, and I'm just like, yeah, you feel me? Like, Jesus Christ,
exactly.
Like, and it's just like,
exactly,
because Rihanna is also like, because again,
listen, we're not here to talk about Rihanna.
I know, but
I could go very hard off the track for Rihanna.
What'd be great though is if we had a song. I wish Kim could sing. And we could hear her side of it. And
he's just trashing Kim again in this song after like apologizing to her in the last song.
Yes.
Like, hey, how do you hate?
I'm a bad husband, but also
how do you hate husband? It's also like it's just he's marketing this shit to the youth because he knows that an adult's gonna listen to this and be like, if I hear somebody complain about their ex-girlfriend after a year, I'm like, all right, bro, let it go. It's been 20 years.
Go to therapy. Yeah.
I have a.
Is that going to be his next album title? Therapy.
Yeah.
It is. I'm calling it now.
It is. We called it.
But it's just like, dude, shut the fuck up and like build some shit. Like you have a daughter.
Reanimation. Because it'll be literally like bringing his like fucking corpse back to life. That's what it'll be called because it's all whatever.
Rehash.
Rehash. Yeah, exactly. Rehash. Hashtag rehash.
And also it's like, dog, you're from Michigan and you're talking about all the same shit. Fucking Flint is like.
Right?
It's right there. You got all this money.
What the fuck?
Right? That is a very good point. That is a very good point.
Motherfuckers drinking brown water and you want to talk. I gotta talk to my ex first. Like, hey, I know your kid has lead poisoning, but my ex-wife 20 years ago.
She has what my ex lacks.
Yeah. I'm just very mad. I'm sorry. I'm just really upset. And it's just like, hey, little kid that's blinded by lead. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I want to get, I'll take you.
Generations of children that have,
hey, little kid, I'm sorry.
Yeah, just like.
that I poisoned your quarry.
And it's also like, He's like, all right, we got to keep it moving.
I gotta just move on. We gotta move on. I just did that, and I don't even know what to say about that. So this next song, oh my God, it gets worse. See, Tawanda, I could tell by the way you walked in here with some level of like happiness, like joy still in your heart that you didn't finish this album, and so I know this for a fact, and I'm jealous of you because I wish I was experiencing this for the first time. It gets way worse, and here we go. This is one of the maybe the worst song on the album. It's definitely a top contender.
It's a fucked up song.
It's a top contender. This one is called Framed.
In no underwear, she's completely bare. Turns around and screams, I remember distinctly. I said I'm here to do sink repairs. Chop her up, put her body parts in front of Stephen Avery's trailer and leave him there. But hey man, I was framed. I know what this looks like, officers. Please just give me 1 minute. I think I can explain.
Yep.
That sounds like it could be a fucking ICP song.
Yeah,
ironically,
all the shots he's ever taken at ICP, and he has become ICP.
He has become ICP on that song. That was an ICP.
Simpsons. He's the Undertaker.
I just real talk, like that song, like what the fuck? It's just all right, his obsession, like. He's trying to say, "Oh, I'm the woker, smarter Eminem," but it's just like.
But then he does that.
But like, you don't. Like like so much violence against women.
Yeah,
I mean, but it's not like. But
he's killing them in the song. This song's about killing Christy Brinkley and Ivanka Trump.
Where Christy Brinkley dwells. That is a fucking.
And this is the one where he says the other R word.
Oh my God!
You know?
But it's like it's not. There's no justification for any of this. I remember way back in the day. I read the Three Musketeers, right? But I read like the kids shorter version of it.
Yeah.
I remember the last scene of the book is this one woman who was like evil, like she's like the main bad guy, like one of the main bad guys. Her getting executed, and it just described in detail how she was like the executioner murdered her. And I remember thinking at like 10, I was like, yo, this is kind of fucked up. Like, this is the idea, the image of a dying or murdered woman is just like really fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah, and that's all.
Yeah, this is what
that's like his bread and
song
butter, apparently.
Starts with. Quote, feeling kinky, lip syncing to Too Short's freaky tales, having creepy visions of whiskey drinking, and envisioning sneaking into where Christy Brinkley dwells. I know this is risky thinking, but I want to stick her like she's decals. But when murdering females, better pay attention to these details or you could be derailed. That is how this song begins.
And it's just like
that is the first thing that is setting the tone.
And I mean he's rapped about like fucked up shit like that before, like, you know, like in Kim, in what you call it? I don't fucking remember.
I also never liked Kim. I never liked the song.
Yeah, but
I used to always skip
Kim.
it.
Kill You.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, because it was fucking uncomfortable as fuck.
Kill You is kind of like that too, but like this is, I don't know. It wasn't.
Kill You at least has some swagger to it. Like,
I'm just playing.
I'm gonna kill you. That is actually a very fucked up song too.
It is a fucked up song.
But it is. It has at least.
Wanna fuck with Shady?
At least it bangs. At least it's got a beat.
Yeah, it's like
things.
I don't know. It's just like, come on, bro. Like I don't want to hear this shit. And it's also like you're talking about murdering Ivanka Trump, and it's just like, what did she like?
Okay.
I mean, I know what she did, but it's just like, attack Donald Trump. That's like the head of all this shit, right? Because you're sitting there like.
I mean, I no, Ivanka Trump is fair game, but like also not for rape fantasies. That's ultimately it doesn't even fucking matter. Whether he's saying it about Donald or anybody else, it's still a rape fantasy, and it's not fucking cute.
Yeah, it's not something to write a whole fucking song about in 2017.
No,
it's just like, cause I remember seeing so many movies I've seen where it's just like the good guy catches up with the main bad guy and he kills his wife first, and it's just like, what? Like, oh, I mean, I get. That it's just uncomfortable. I don't like.
I feel like stans out there are gonna like be like, oh well, that's just Eminem. Like that's just what he does. You know, like you should be used to it, but this
like
thing.
Yeah, but I was 13, and now I'm 30.
And also, it was, you know, it was better executed then too. Not
it was. It was.
He wasn't rhyming dismembered toddler with this winter probably.
God, what the fuck? I'm done. We're moving on to the next song. I can't. Are you fucking all right? We're going.
Sucks.
This sucks so much. Tawanda, why are we doing this? All right, we're gonna go on this next song because fuck. This one is called Nowhere Fast, and that's how I feel.
Yep.
Right now.
Was born to be an arsonist, just one spark and it's lit, but I'ma still get dark on this shit. Told you I'd leave my mark on this bitch. War machine, but you forced me in the
fucking
corner.
violins
I'm sure
again.
Have something for your ear. And in the course of the assault, this torture gets more severe. Go to war with me, you end up bloated. Timbuktu, I send it you a 10-ton nuke like Kim Jong-un and end up ruining your career. But when all is said and done.
It's all the worst parts of all the other songs combined.
He keeps rapping about how he swears. He keeps being like, I swear in every song, bitch. Or like in this one.
There are a few songs on this album he doesn't curse at all, actually. That was like the one that Alex was like, is this a Christian rock album? Because there were no cusses on that one.
Well, he said retarded at least 3 times.
This was the one that I thought sounded like the last song of a Fast and the Furious movie.
This song,
This is the one that I thought could have been a See You Again level.
This is Kehlani on the hook.
Yeah.
Kehlani.
That's why.
This song, it sounds like he fell asleep watching, CNN or some shit. And then he just woke up, I gotta, the world, I gotta worry about
time
these
to name
things.
Time to name drop War Machine in a fucking, in a verse.
We gotta we gotta do better. And it's just like, hey, Eminem, if you want to make the world a better place, if you respect women more and there's certain things you can't say anymore. Well, fuck that shit. I want to rap about Kim Jong. He's too high up to know what the common man is actually worried about, and he's rapping for people that don't give a fuck about anybody but themselves.
Yeah. He's rapping for children who haven't developed empathy yet. Honestly,
yeah, exactly.
I feel like that's who's. I don't know. I mean, maybe not. Maybe there's a bunch of adult Eminem fans out there who are loving this new shit.
I mean, there are the same people who are listening to butt rock.
The same people who are listening to fucking Hinder.
Adult Eminem fans are either white dudes or black dudes with only white dude friends. You don't like music. This is Bud Light music. You got this. All the people that get drunk to Bud Light exclusively, they like Eminem.
That is true. I would say that is one stereotype that has got to be the Venn diagram between Bud Light drinkers and Eminem fans has got to be almost concentric.
So new Eminem is entry level music. If you're just discovering what music is.
But even then, you do not have the excuse that we did when we were 13, which is that the radio was the only way you could listen to music. Now we have the internet. There is no excuse for this to be your entry level music. It's just there's no reasoning for this.
Eminem made sense because he captured the frustration of the 90s, the frustration of being isolated, being alone.
The Bush administration, fucking war in Iraq.
Listening to the AOL noise to get online, and then you finally make a connection with somebody, but then your mom picks up the fucking phone, and you never talk to that person ever again. Just all that frustration is Eminem was just but now it's just
But it's we went to therapy, and we're doing okay now. We made it out. I'm a 29-year-old human being. I've moved the fuck on.
I have issues. I know my issues. I am very self-aware, and it's not just because Eminem right here on this again is just hey, let's talk about how shitty I am. But it's just yes, people go to therapy for that.
Yeah.
That's why the next album will be called Therapy, and hopefully it's just a guided meditation. For the entire album, and we're just over. All right, listen, let's keep moving because there's unfortunately 6. This is my last comment about this shit was I am fucking baffled by the fact that there are still 6 fucking songs to listen to, and this is one of them.
Just play it.
All right,
let's do
this is Heat.
Wanna wrap you up, put you in a bowl like an arrow, grab you by the hope it's not a problem. In fact, about the only thing I agree on with Donald is that. So when I put this palm on your cat, don't snap. It's supposed to get grabbed. Why you think they call it a snatch? I just wanna climb in a sack. I'ma keep it 100 like my speedometer's at. I'm watching you rap. I'm the dude following back. About 6 cars, I'm in the lack.
I put you in the bowl like an arrow. He said that. I'll put you in the bowl like an arrow. I will put you in the bowl like an arrow. It's like, this is supposedly the greatest rapper of all time.
Eminem is Kid Rock. Eminem is Kid Rock.
Eminem is Northern State.
Like an arrow.
Fucking Sweet Home. Fucking
you ever see
8 Mile.
The meme of like the hacky like husky like that tells a joke and it has like that like that I made a joke. You get it? Like every line has
The Sopranos. Fucking Polly Walnuts. You hear that, T?
Yeah, see what I'm saying? It's just fucking lame. It's so lame.
He's explaining he's doing these double entendres that are like really fucking whack.
Yeah.
And he keeps explaining them after he says them.
Yeah.
Like this song.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
Did you
basically be like, hey, you hear that, T?
You got buns, I got ass burgers, he says in this song.
You talk about Donald Trump, but it's like, hey, I agree with you. You're like, yo, you're a monster, but you can grab those pussies though. Like, dog.
Yeah,
wait, so that literally negated any fucking thing that you could have, like, any favor you could have been currying with this fucking album, anything that you could have been doing that was like reconciling with your past is now immediately fucking negated. You're a piece of trash. Here's a fucking line. I ask, does she want a computer lodged in her vagina? Said my dick is an apple. She said put it inside her. That is a fucking line on this fucking song. It is music for serial abusers to listen to while tailgating the fucking Patriots game. Like, it is a bad fucking thing.
Yeah, it's bad in so many ways.
It's so bad in so many ways. It's also just like, it's bad in like this. Again, he lacks awareness. Like, he is saying all this shit. Like, first of all, I feel like he should be like, you know what? I feel kind of like, if he's aware of himself, like, yo, I said all this hurtful, mean shit in my music before, and now the president is talking in that same vein, and a lot of people that liked me.
Yeah, maybe I could use this platform as a way of, elevating the discourse.
Exactly.
And the platform and the discourse and the discourse and
maybe I could be better. Maybe I could be smarter.
But I still fist whores.
Yeah.
and here we are. And here we are.
And then it's like, you don't understand like why somebody's bad. Like, I think being an adult is when you start to realize certain truths about. Like, I think one truth you start to realize is that, like, just because you don't do bad things or you don't encourage bad behavior, if you see it and you don't say anything about it, you are in fact enabling bad behavior. And his music, as music is said, it's very fucking enabling. And it's not like, no matter what his intentions are. It's like he's telling you, yo, don't hit your wife, all right? Don't hit your wife. Don't do this shit. But if you excuse me, I'm going to leave you alone in this room with her, and you're pissed off, and I'm just going to sit like I did a good job. He's like patting himself on the back.
Yeah.
For the lowest possible, like, yeah.
He's bad.
I wouldn't even say
this. This goes back to him explaining these shitty double entendres, too. Like, I wrote this down. Plus, she's bumping my music, ain't chasing no tail like a skunk in heat. I could sweat her to some degree, but fuck it. I'm the male. Let her come to me.
Oh, yeah.
And then he says, could you repeat that again? And he says, let her come to me. Male. Sweater. Heat. Some degree. Fail. Just like, it's like,
get
okay,
it?
Get it? Yeah, like.
He did this once on a song back in the day on Criminal when he was like, hey, it's me, Versace. Whoops, somebody shot me. And all I was doing was checking the mail.
Get it? Checking the mail?
That was incredible. It was fucked up because I'm now watching the assassination of Johnny Versace and I'm just like, that was an awful line. But that still, it was like, at the time, it was like, yo, that's.
Right. But he did the same thing. Get it? But like, he's doing that with like every line on this album. It's so it's so labored. It's so labor intensive. Like, a rap album should not sound like this. Exactly. Yes. It is the opposite of Gucci Mane.
I think it's time for another Gucci Mane.
Let's move on to the next song because
Offended.
And it gets even worse. Yo, this
the song's called Offended.
Well, kiss my butt, my set of principles is gone. But till I get the president to respond, my pen and pencil is a missile launcher. And Senator Mitch McConnell's just as big up for bitches. Donald, shit's on, bruh. Let me sing the shit soprano while I do it pizzicato. Ivanka, stiff arm her while I'm hitting on Melania. And this song's for all you. Everybody likes me, everybody hates me. They want me to go eat some worms. Drag my name through the mud, through the dirt, but I'm gonna make you eat your worms.
What? I I seen you like looking around the room as if like there was like somebody that was gonna save you, Tawanda, but like there isn't.
It's like, yo,
this is really happening.
This is so bad. And then it's like, I was like, all right, so this is bad. This is bad. This is worse. Then it got next that nobody likes me. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? You're 45.
You're 45 years old.
We didn't even get to the part of the end where he says you can eat my turds. They gotta ban the word turd from rap. It was lame when Kanye said it in Go Hard, and it is. There's no reason to ever say turd in a rap. There's no reason to ever say turd.
Nope.
Don't use that word. I know it rhymes with word. It's tempting. Don't do it.
But oh my god,
you're 45 years old, dude.
This is
you're 45.
The worst.
He makes
fucking shit.
He makes sobriety sound so awful. Like sobriety and finding happiness in like I remember when I was a kid, when I was like 15, 16, I used to think I want to be a stand-up comic. I gotta be an artist. So to be an artist, I gotta be tortured. I gotta be sad. I gotta be alone. I gotta have like this energy of anger, or else I'm not gonna be good. Actually, to bring it back to Eddie Murphy was the first person I ever saw that like he just seemed like he told me did stand-up stuff. He was just a happy person. So I was like, I bet. But then seeing Eminem now is like a non-angry, sober, happy, quote-unquote happy adult. It's the worst shit.
He definitely doesn't sound happy. If this is him being happy, dude, he has a verse. He has a line in this where he says, "I'm a 10, you're an 8. Like what I do before, after, and during rape."
Yeah, this song he's trying to be as offensive as possible. It's called Offended. But it's like, bro, to what ends?
You gotta find. It's also like what bothers me though. It's just like
everything.
Yeah, it's everything. And this is a weird take to make, but it's just like if it's called offend. It's very out. There are new ways to offend people.
Yes, exactly. No, that is not a weird take. That's a very true take. I was saying, like, don't flatter yourself. And what is offensive to me is that you think you have anything fucking relevant to say.
You want to be like, because look, people work so hard to be able to explain themselves. I've listened to a lot of rappers that are starting out, and like you can hear the pain of them being like, I wish I knew a better way of how to say this. And it's like you have all that skill, all that talent, and you're wasting it saying bullshit.
You're an 8.
Yeah, just retreading the same tired like horrorcore fucking like ICP shit, and like empty platitudes about overcoming adversity and like struggling and pushing himself.
You want to offend people?
And it's like you would think after 45 years in the game. After 20 plus years in the game,
it feels like
at
45 fucking years.
At 45 years old, that he would have a little fucking wisdom to impart. Yeah, he'd have something more to say than just like fucking.
Nobody likes me. Everybody hates me.
You want to offend people?
Eat turds.
You want to shock people?
Be good.
Yeah, be good. Rap about how sexuality is a spectrum.
Yeah.
Talk about how gender is just an idea.
Talk about how your toxic masculinity fucking ruined your life.
Exactly.
If you want to do it from...
You want people mad? Talk about that shit.
Yeah.
And talk about...
You want to be offensive. You want to get... yeah, exactly. And this comes back down to, I think, this kind of misguided, myself being a white person and, like, thinking back in the day when I was first, coming into my own as, like, an adolescent or whatever, thinking, like, oh, I want to be an equal opportunity offender. Like, the South Park mentality. Yeah. The kind of, like, and that's actually not the fucking way to go. It's more like, actually, I want to offend the people that fucking hold power and pull the strings in society that fucking like hold us down and fucking pit us against each other. I want to punch up. I want to fucking fuck those people up, not the fucking people who are going through this shit in a different way with me, who are being oppressed. And like it's like, again, you make that transition at some point. I was like 17 or whatever, like, and Eminem, you're 45. Like, that's not what offensive means anymore. Like, it's not cool, it's not edgy to fucking talk about raping people. It's just not. It's fucking lazy. No. It's old. You're lazy. Hang it up. Go fucking, like, go out in sweatpants and fucking sit at a D'Angelo's and eat a tuna sub and be fucking mediocre. It's time. Just relax in your mansion.
Or you can do what Jay-Z did on 444 and look inside yourself.
Right. Yeah. Which he's clearly not. Well, he gets there a little bit towards the end, and that's why I think we should just move on because there's a lot. It's too bad.
Give me some hope again, because like I can't.
Well, it's gonna take a few more songs.
Take a couple more songs.
So this one, unfortunately, is before that. This one is called "Need Me," and there's not much to say about this.
Featuring Pink.
Featuring Pink.
I'm about to go to end it. I ain't got the cojones to do it. Not a hard apartments torn apart. You're using my hardboard cardboard. But God must have blind stars for us, cause somebody paired us up. And they say he ain't capable of making a mistake. But this one's perfect, cause I'm starting to think that maybe you need me. Maybe you need me.
I actually should have just picked the 30-second clip that was just Pink singing the song.
No, the first 2 minutes of the song is just Pink. It's the best part of the album.
Yeah.
Remember when Pink was black? Remember that? Remember that period?
There you go.
Yes!
Pitiful. Just because I let you go. There you go. Talking about you want me back. Sometimes it feels like that. Yeah, she's
yeah, she was like, she was black as fuck. And you make me sick. She was black. And I'm listening to her. That's all I could think of. I was like, she was a full black.
Who was blacker, Pink or Eminem?
Pink, 100%. But then Pink did this great thing. Where
also white trash. Also wrote about her white trash background. You know what I mean?
People will never shit on Pink because Pink she started out black and now she's herself. And now she's herself, right? But her music stayed good. And then she explained herself being like, look, that wasn't who I was. The label pushed that. I just wanted to sing. And now she's
fucking beautiful. Yeah. She's a very talented singer. And you know what? She has aged well.
Yes, because she knows herself.
Even though her shit is still middle of the road pop songs, it's middle of the road pop songs that I can fuck with. You know? At the gym, I won't be angry that it's on. You know what I mean? At the supermarket, it's cool.
And Eminem has no idea.
He has no gym replay value.
Eminem's going through a midlife crisis. That's it.
Yeah, but he's fucking 45.
Midlife crisis.
It's like a post-midlife. It's like a just.
I think it's also
it's just a crisis. It's a fucking crisis, but it's not. It's not interesting.
Yeah, and it's also he started out when he started rapping. Rappers did not have a long career.
I just remember when you said remember when Pink was black. Can we just?
That's the thing that's
gonna be the pull quote from this fucking whole episode.
It's funny because people don't really I swear to God,
I forgot.
I have this conversation so many times, and people are just remember when Pink? Yeah, she was black. We all know. Me and my black friends, black Twitter too. Everyone's just yo. It was a time we sincerely...
Wait, black Twitter has gone on the record and
because I remember I thought this, and then people showed pictures back in the day. We sincerely thought she was a light-skinned black person.
Yeah.
And I see it. But the thing is,
it was a lot of bronzer in the late 90s.
But no one ever gave her shit because she was herself. And the problem with Eminem now is that he's not being himself. No, be your adult Eminem. You know what I mean?
What is adult Eminem? That's the thing.
You ever see him
adult Eminem would be, I'm done rapping. I'm gonna go reinvest some millions into the crumbling fucking community that I came from. That is literally, as you said, being poisoned.
You know what? Honestly, all I would like to hear from Eminem, from adult Eminem, is here's what I've learned.
Yes.
You know,
but. I think he's afraid to do that. He's very afraid to afraid to deal with because I think
it's hard to deal.
It's hard to do. It's hard to
this pickle that he's in is hard to deal.
All right, we're gonna fucking just trudge through this guy.
We got 3 more.
Oh God!
All right, in your head. This is the next song.
Hated it.
And bitter, complain, beef, and pick about the same things. Cause when I look at me, I don't see what they see. I feel a same greedy and lately I've been contemplating escaping to get away and go wherever this road takes me. It's making me crazy. What's in my...
That was... Man, how you gonna repurpose the Cranberries like that?
R.I.P. Dolores O'Riordan.
Yeah, I think
who literally died so that this song could live.
Yes, this is when
that's the saddest thing that's ever been uttered on this fucking program.
That's how I how I
this song
feel.
Reminds me of when Drake and Rihanna took Gil Scott-Heron and took I'll Take Care of You, and they like remixed it, and like they like remixed his voice and shit. It's the same. It's like this bastardized version.
Rolling in the
beat
grave.
He has over it doesn't even like match.
I know, and that's again. This is like the other song. The other song, I was like, Cranberry. That song, Zombie's fucking incredible.
I know.
It makes me feel so many things.
There's real emotion in that song, and this song has none of it.
I'm so exhaustive at this point of the album
know.
that like it's just like I feel like I'm like numb to it at this point. It's like he's just using it's you know how Trump will just like he'll sign some shit into law, but then he'll tweet about some wild other shit like and just bombard you with stuff so that you just like kind of roll over and are complacent in it.
Wait, is Eminem Donald Trump?
Yeah, yes.
Is Eminem? Okay, think about it. Mediocre white man.
Make no mistake, they are both committing atrocities.
Yeah, committing atrocities. You know, clearly much better on TV than in person. They're like toxic masculinity personified.
They both look like they're
bleach
wearing
their hair.
A mask of themselves.
All right. Well, the horrifying thing when I think about it is Donald Trump is not just that he's Donald Trump that makes him a bad person. Donald Trump is he's every single older white guy. Like Alec Baldwin would be this president.
Yeah.
Eminem would be this president. Fucking a lot of people would be this because what Donald Trump it's not just white people. I feel like the problem is that like this is a self-centered, selfish guy who only cares about his needs and what he wants the country to be. So that's why a lot of these laws and stuff are just like, oh, he likes to go hunting, so we're gonna do this. It's like he's just trying to make sure that people like him can live, and that's the problem. Like that's why like Eminem's fucking up on this album is kind of like he's making music for people like him.
Yeah.
But the people like him that we like, all these teenagers that were like him, they grew and became better, different people. It's like you helped open the door for me to like think about a lot of things.
Right.
And now it's just like you're trying to talk about that same shit, and it sucks. But it's like,
but you haven't elevated it in any fucking way whatsoever, and you haven't learned from any of your mistakes.
No.
You're going back on all the even like the authentic seeming like promises that he's making on one song. He then immediately fucking like negates on the next song, and it's like you what are you trying to be?
And
this like chimera of fucking.
Good word drop.
Right? Like of just self-indulgent and self-hating trash.
Yeah, and it's the thing
it's a bad combo.
Our generation is at the age where we're starting to realize that
the world's gonna end.
That and also the key to happiness and the key to success as a person is to remove toxic people from your life. No matter how much
take responsibility for shit that you've done wrong.
Yeah. And no matter how much you love them or care about them, you have to remove that person. And Eminem is just so toxic. And it hurts me to say because you got me through a very difficult time in my life.
Right.
You know? You got me through teenage angst, which isn't like, which people are like, the horrors of adulthood. But teenage angst, that's the first time you really feel how cruel the world can be.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You gotta do that shit. You got all these kids that like. I remember after like Columbine and all that shit, it was like all these disenfranchised kids who are now just like, not only am I alone, I'm an outcast. People are staring at me like, are you gonna shoot everybody? And it's like, I want to reach out. I want to be friends with you, but now like you're afraid. Now you're afraid of me.
Yeah.
And now Eminem's trying to reach he's trying to reach out to the next generation, but this next generation.
No, he's not. Is he trying to do that, or is he trying to preserve his own internal fucking caricature of himself? Because that is what he's trying to fucking do.
I mean, reach it out. I mean, reach out in the sense of like not to talk. He's reaching out in the sense of he makes music for angsty teenagers, but it's just like angsty teenagers
grew up.
Angsty teenagers right now. They don't get mad that they're seeing.
Yeah, we have like 6 jobs and 12 podcasts and like we're just trying to fucking survive.
Yeah, all those kids got Tumblr.
We're working our ass off right now, Eminem. We don't need you fucking placating us or patronizing us with these fucking bullshit Skylar Grey fucking soaring choruses that mean nothing. You are old and washed up.
You're old and washed up. The kids are all like they're all on Tumblr or they're on Twitch or they're fucking doing whatever. Like they have iPhones now, dog. And
I'm sure he knows this. That's the thing. Eminem has to know that young people are not hip with like to Eminem. They're not going hard for Eminem. They're not going to bat for Eminem.
Some of them are. I
don't
see the
think
YouTube
so.
comments.
None of the kids.
If you get on YouTube for any rap video,
YouTube comments for fucking every. But those aren't kids though.
Those are definitely kids.
Some of those are angry adults.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I work with teenagers, and I'm telling you that none of them are fucking like bumping Eminem. Certainly not this album.
No, but you work with like teenagers in a city, like
the suburban teens.
I guess that's.
I don't know. Eminem. I think about this quote a lot. Is that when you look into the abyss, when you fight monsters, you become a monster. When you stare into the abyss stares back into you. And Eminem, he represented the disenfranchised, the ones that he said, we're going to rise and we're going to be stronger and better. And then as a result, as he was so successful in that, he became the authority. He became the enemy.
Yeah, right.
He became the enemy. He stared into the abyss. He stared into the abyss, and he can't see himself anymore.
Yeah.
He's like evil Dale Cooper on the new Twin Peaks shit.
All right, guys, we gotta finish this fucking episode. I gotta go. All
right, we got 2 more songs.
This is unfortunate because these 2 songs are probably the only decent songs on the album, and it's kind of like the ones where he's more wrestling with these things in a much more complex way than the other songs that we've heard. He really does seem to be like questioning his place.
This is what the whole album should have been.
It should have just been this, yeah.
All right, well, let's do it. Should we play them both and then just talk about both of them?
Yeah, let's do that. All right, this one is Castle, and then the next one is A Rose.
Excuse the cursing, baby, but just know that I'm a good person. Though they portray me as cold, and if things should worsen, don't take this letter I wrote as a goodbye note. Cause your dad's at the end of his road. I'm sliding down a slippery slope. Anyway, sweetie, I better go. I'm getting sleepy. Love, Dad. Shit, I don't know. Get upset. I see them cheeks soaking in wet as you squeeze hold of my neck. So forcibly, don't wanna let me go pillow drenched. Emotional wrecks. With every second, each closer to death. But suddenly I feel my heart begin to beat slower than a breath. Machines go. Must have guessed the cheat codes to this shit. I'm trying to rewind time like a tape. Find an escape.
So these songs actually connect to each other, kind of.
Right. He quotes one of them in the second song. In the last song, right?
Castle, is like the perspective is supposed to be letters that he's been writing to Haley. And not giving to her all her life.
Since before she was born.
And it's like different verses are like different times where he's written to her, like on her birthday, or December 1st, for whatever significance that date has. And then at the end of the song, he says like fuck it, and then you can hear him like taking a bunch of pills. And then this next song is him like dying in the hospital of an overdose. And like his daughter's there, like. And
it's on her birthday.
It's on her birthday, and he's like lamenting, not being a better father, and he's not going to see her walk down the aisle. And it's some like real like poignant shit, and it just makes the rest of the album so much worse in comparison, because it's like you hear on these songs what it sounds like when he's actually like rapping with purpose, and it's good. And it's such a fucking bummer that he couldn't just fucking channel that actual real energy and the anxieties of being a father who has drug addiction problems and shit,
right.
And actually really getting into that. He does it in these last 2 songs after fucking 17 other tracks of hot garbage.
Trash.
Yeah, I think that he put a lot of, like, just from what I heard, he put in more effort, and like you could tell it was very heartfelt, and it's almost beautiful, except for the fact that
we had to listen to fucking 17 songs of fucking.
Well, it's almost beautiful, except for the fact that both of those songs are still terrible. It's like I listen to it like it's like so even though like he's, because everything we complain about on these other songs, he's still doing that shit.
Yeah,
like he's still rapping with that weird fucking flow. And
I don't know, the flow was a little bit better. I will say this, especially on A Rose. I thought that it was the least bad one on the album.
I get it.
I agree.
It's like, dog, it's like, yo, I get it, but it's still like, this is fucking trash. Like you can make this, like as you're saying again now, it's like you're gonna say this. You're gonna end this album with you like writing all this letters to your daughter, and you kill yourself, and like you commit suicide.
Well, actually, no. At the very end of the album, he he lives through it, the overdose.
Oh, fuck you.
And then he flushes the pills down the toilet. You hear him flushing pills down the toilet.
Fuck you son
and he talks a lot about, he says this is going to be his last album, but then I think maybe he takes that back at the end.
Yeah, because he says, want it. I'll put out this last album, then I'm done with it. 100% finished, fed up with it. I'm hanging it up. Fuck it. Excuse the cursing, baby, but just know that I'm a good person, though they portray me as a cold. And if things should worsen, but I'll bet you they won't. I'm pledging to throw these methadone in the toilet. Shred these old letters I wrote on those old pathetic, loathing closing credits can roll. I'm proud to be back. I'm about to, like a rematch, outdo Relapse. Nope, with Recovery. Nope, Mathers LP too. Nope, Help Propel Me too.
Victor Relapse. Yeah,
still bad, yeah.
It's still really bad.
This song I'd have sang to my daughter if I'd have made it to the hospital in less than 2 hours later, but I fought it, came back like a boomerang on him. Now a new day is dawning. I'm up. Tuesday, it's morning. So he's not done, unfortunately, is what we can find out from the end of that.
I hope he's done.
Eminem.
This is a shitty swan song to go out on, but like, you're not gonna make Black Star Eminem, you know. Not everyone can do that, and maybe it's just time to stop.
It's time to stop, also, just because like you said, you haven't atoned for shit. You haven't atoned. Like again, like we talk about the fact, like the spousal abuse, the murder, the fucking this whole like belief like everything that's popular is stupid. Mm-hmm. The rape shit, like the fact that you created this generation of like. There's us who like we kind of like grew and became our own people, and there's a lot of people that just grew and like they embrace all this toxicity in him, and they're like, yeah, that's what made him good. And it's just like there are all these people, and it's like you talk, fuck Trump, but it's like no, you made music that let Trump happen.
Yeah.
Ooh, fuck.
Yikes.
Like dog, you can't say. Yep. It's like when rappers are just like, all right, I'm going to rap about selling drugs and shit, and then they get shocked when kids become drug dealers. Like, no.
Well, and Eminem was always this, like, all of his shit was, like, these anti-PC anthems, which is, like, totally the rallying cry, like, dog whistle of the alt-right, which is, like, it really is. It really is.
It's true.
It really is. And I feel like on some level, I'm sure that a lot of this album, I mean, this is, like, White Guilt, the album, but, like, fucking white guilt isn't productive, and B, you're not guilty enough, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you should feel guiltier and then fucking do some transformative shit, which this is not transformative shit. This is the same reductive, repetitive, fucking self-serving, narcissistic bullshit that he's been fucking giving to us since we were 13 years old, and we know better now, Eminem.
Yeah, it's also like, you know better, and I think the fact of him being a white rapper, I think he had to go out of his way to become, like, he had to be more lyrical than other people. And I think the lyrical ability and the skill and like the flow and the stuff distracted us even back then from the fact that he didn't have a lot to say.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
Yeah. He, like, I feel like the only
But he said it really fast.
Yeah, but he had more to say when he was
syntax.
Well, the first album was about being broke, and the second album was about being like struggling with fame, and then he kind of ran out of shit to talk about.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
That was his whole trajectory.
Well, are we going to give a rating to this album?
Yeah, we got to give a rating to this album. We got to wrap this up for today. Jesus Christ, we did have a lot to say about this album.
Yeah.
We want to, we're gonna wrap up this album. We're going to thank Tawanda for being here with us. Jesus Christ. But first, let's give our rating. So, Tawanda, because you're our guest, we come up with some sort of a quantifier for each album. It's usually a 0 to a -5 scale. 0 is like true neutral. -5 is the worst of the worst. And we use some sort of quantifier that's like relevant to the artist or to the album. So,
it's funny because on my website where I do album reviews, I use a quantifier as well.
Oh, look at maybe I like subconsciously stole it from you.
I use
Did we start doing that at the very beginning though, before we started booking guests?
Yeah, we did it.
We did. Okay, so I maybe like.
It's just a mind meld.
It's a mind meld. That's why this has worked out so well, Tawanda. So, okay, what would you like the quantifier for this album to be?
Can I give it with my rating?
Yes.
I will give this -4 unproductive PTA meeting comments out of -5.
Do you want to explain that?
Because it's just like, I mean, it's like basically, it's just like I feel like I'm listening to some quote unquote cool dad complain about the kids being like, "Oh, my daughter is on drugs. What are you parents? What are you teachers doing about this shit?" And it's just like, look, I know I did a lot of fucking. Like, you all know me. You know, I was in jail for a long time, but you gotta fix our kids. And it's just like, shut the fuck up. Stop trying to be cool, sir. We don't need to, your comment is unnecessary. You've spoken for way much longer than you had to speak. Like, I'm the principal. I can't control how you treat. Like, don't put your guilt onto me.
Okay.
You make me sick.
All right.
And with that, Mike, you want to give your rating?
I give it -5 unproductive PTA meeting comments. I fucking hate this album. I think it's the worst album we've ever done on this show.
Agreed.
I think it's worse than Broken Side because Eminem should know better than Broken Side. But he doesn't. He just keeps doing this garbage over and over again. He keeps retreading the same ground. This horrorcore shit. These bad relationships. Fucking rapping about struggling to rap. Rapping about struggling to write. It's very fucking stale. It's very fucking bad. It made me very mad. It was very long. It was super unenjoyable. I fucking hate it so much. -5 all the way.
I'm gonna go ahead and fucking second that. I feel like everything that I've had to say has been said. This album was trash. It made me. It was extensive. It was even more depressing because of the, my own personal relationship to Eminem. The fact that I had him, he's long been knocked off his pedestal, but he's actually he's down in those trenches where they buried the fucking ET games in New Mexico. That's how far low he has sunken, and he should feel bad. I feel bad. This album is trash. -5 unproductive PTA comments out of -5. And with that, we've wrapped up our review of Eminem's fucking Revival. We want to thank our guest, Tawanda Gona, for being here with us today, for being part of this experience. Tawanda, can you, do you have anything that you want to plug that's coming up that you want our listeners to know about?
Well, I will say that what I have coming up, I'm moving to New York, and
he's abandoning us
in about a month or two. So on my website, www.tawandagona.com, you'll see my show dates. You can also see reviews of my album reviews, which I work really hard on.
Anything that's coming up that we need to know about that you, besides abandoning us for New York?
No, just check my website, Check my website.
TAWANDAGONA.com. That's Tawanda Gona. Thank you for being here in studio with us.
Thank you, Tawanda.
Thanks for having me.
And we're back next week. We're going to take a week off. We're actually going to be re-releasing our Broken Side episode. Hard to find.
Yeah,
we're putting it out there.
We're going to make the necessary adjustments to get it out to you.
To get it out there without us getting sued. But in the meantime, if you listen to this, you can definitely do some compare and contrast, see which is truly worse, and write us a 5-paragraph essay. We're still waiting on our 5-paragraph essay about Hinder. We're also still waiting for you guys to like us on Twitter. We have 19 followers. Get it the fuck together. At Make It Stopcast. We are on Facebook, Make It Stop. We have our own website, www.makeitstoppodcast.com. You can subscribe to us on iTunes and Google Play and Stitcher. Please do give us a little rating. Thank you for being with us again, and we'll be back in a few weeks. Till then, Stoppies. Later.